I'm sorry to disappoint you, Captain Levi, but I have to do what must be done. I'm the only one who can. Someday, I hope they'll forgive me, but I don't expect you to. This is goodbye, Captain. Thank you. Okay, Forrest, I don't care what you're doing. I need to talk to you now.
Oh, great. Captain Shortstack has another problem that only I can solve. Well, I'm a little busy here. I don't have time for whatever relationship troubles you and Aaron are having as much as they entertain me.
It's kind of important, otherwise I wouldn't be here.
Okay, why do you have to come and talk to me when I'm doing work? Why can't you talk to me any other time?
Normally you love to talk to me. You always want to talk to me. You barge into my office all the time and talk to me, even if it's about something as trivial as you saw a squirrel with a berry instead of an acorn and you want to discuss why.
I have an open door policy, Levi. You can come in whenever, just not when I'm working. You know this. We've discussed this several times.
Hanji, what's with the, for lack of a better term, bitchy attitude?
Well, I'm kind of in a bitchy mood because I finally get the time to sit down and catch up on my work and catch up on some of my experiments and some of my observations. And then a small man, if you can call it this, right, decides to barge in and interrupt my work. So yeah, I'm gonna be a little bitchy. What do you want anyway? I'm really in the middle of something important.
All right. I'm sorry, barged into your office. I shouldn't have done that. I should have knocked. And I'm sorry that I couldn't find a better time to talk to you than when you were doing your work.
Look, I'm sorry. It's just all the times I tell you to talk to me and you pick the literal worst time. So like you.
What are you doing anyway? Are those what I think they are?
It's a jar of Aaron's crystal samples.
Why are they purple?
Oh, I dyed them purple so I could see the contrast.
Why do you have his crystals?
Well, it's the only tangible thing I have to study from him. I mean, everything else I cut off or poke or draw out disintegrates as soon as it hits air. It must be amazing to have that kind of healing ability, but it is a pain in the ass when trying to study. And if I do it on his living tissue, it doesn't give me quite the same reactions as I would hope. I don't want to do some of the experiments I want to do to him. I just want to do them to his cells. And unfortunately, the only cells I've been able to keep are from his crystals. And they don't give me much.
All that from little crystals, huh?
They're each really unique. It's cool. I mean, Aaron is pretty unique.
Yeah, he really is.
Even for a human. Doesn't even have to be a Titan.
Yeah, I suppose that is a fair observation.
Let me put my glasses on. You're blurry without my magnifying glass.
Well, I'm all ears. What did you find out in the crystals?
Oh. Is this a trick question? Do you actually want to talk about my work, or are you just feeling guilty? A little bit of both. I'll take it. So I've been studying his crystals, trying to decipher, what little I can about our favorite Titan shifter, and nothing I see is good. I mean, most of it's phenomenal. His regenerative properties alone, I figured out how to determine that with the crystals. But that bad, huh? I don't like what I'm seeing, and I don't want to discuss it with you.
You can tell me. Technically, I am his superior, and his keeper, I think, is the official term for it.
Levi, you're practically his spouse. I don't feel comfortable discussing my findings about him with you. At least not before I've told him first.
All right. But if I bring him, you have to tell us. You can't hold it back, Hanji. You've already told me it's bad news.
I know. I rarely have good news.
And now you expect me to walk out of here like nothing's changed. Like you don't hold the key to the love of my life in your hands.
Such is the life I chose. We chose.
Don't I know it?
What is it you wanted to talk about?
It's nothing. I had a very telling dream. And it makes me worried for the future.
You had a dream about Aaron? That hardly seems like something I should know. Unless, you want to get into some bigger details about certain things. Where is my pen and paper? And where's Mobile? I need somebody to sketch.
Really?
I totally don't want to sketch what he might look like in the middle of that. No, absolutely not. I mean, unless you're gonna let me.
You can try. I wouldn't recommend it though.
Never mind. Go ahead and tell me what this dream of yours was about. I'm sure it'll be exhilarating.
Well, in it, Aaron was older. I guess he still kind of looked like he does now, but his hair was longer, and those streaks he gets after he's been in his Titan for a while. Yeah, he had those on his face. And he was telling me he was sorry, but he had to do what he was about to do. He said something about they need to understand.
I mean, it is just a dream. Levi, dreams don't always,
You don't get to make that call. Every time I close my eyes, all I see is that vision of him standing there, looking dead. His gaze just blank. I've seen it in enough people to know what it is.
Okay, for the sake of argument, let's say what you saw is a potential version of Aaron. Do you honestly see him doing that?
Aaron is vengeful on a good day. I don't know why this unsettles me so much.
Levi, you have to be honest with yourself. Do you think he could do it? Do you think he could do that?
Under the right circumstances, I could see him being like that. Yeah. As much as I don't want to. Or as much as I don't want to admit it.
We don't know what he can do, really. We know some things, a little we've been given.
But how do we prevent it? I don't want him to turn into that monster. I don't want him to lose himself.
We don't really know the true nature. We don't know what it could do to him. down the road. We don't even know what he could do to him tomorrow. It's scary to think about.
You think I don't?
But maybe we shouldn't think about it. Maybe we should just live in blissful ignorance. It was a lot better, huh? Than this heavy stuff.
You think I don't know how this war could end? You think I don't think about that all the time? That I could lose him to the battlefield at any moment. That I could lose him to that stupid Titan he becomes every time it looks hopeless for us. You don't think I don't know that I could lose him to some stupid law because he's too much of a danger. You don't think that doesn't go through my mind every day when I look at him, when I'm without him, when I have to watch him walk away and I can't follow. You think I don't understand what loss could be? This war? I stand to lose. The only person that makes my life bearable. I dread the end of this war every day. I don't mind if it goes on for another 50 years as long as it means he's here with me.
It is true. We haven't really thought about how this war could end, if it ever will. Whatever this outcome is, good or bad, it's going to impact you both the most. And it could turn out to be good for the world and bad for you. Or it could turn out to be good for you and bad for the world.
I know.
My advice to you, Levi, go find your man. Sit down, have a cup of tea, and let it go.
4 eyes, he's all I have.
You don't get the ultimate choice, Levi, but you get every other choice in between. And honestly, that's pretty good. That's better than a lot of people get. So, if I were you, I would just take each choice as it comes. And at least for now, forget that there's just so much uncertainty. Because the one thing I know and the one thing I'm certain about, Aaron loves you more than anything. I know you love him the same. And I have a feeling that will change a lot of what could have been.
I know he does. I don't know why though.
Love does weird things to people. Haven't you seen that? I mean, Jean acts like a tough guy everywhere else, but the second Mikasa just drifts into his line of sight, he instantly changes to the most pathetic little puppy dog I've ever seen. And you do very similar. Although it's far more adorable. You're like a little lost kitten. It's so cute. I love watching it. I've had Moblet sketches several times. Never mind. Nope, I didn't say that. Not at all. Yeah. I'm gonna go before I end up revealing a lot more than I should.
Well, imagine if you do. You'll have a very pretty knife sticking between your 4 eyes.
Hey, I'm here anytime before you, short stack, except when I'm working.
I'll leave you to your work then, 4 eyes. Again, I apologize for...
Next time, can your existential crises wait until after I'm done making observations?
I shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, well, I guess that's a fair trade. You stopped bursting into my office for no reason. Well, I guess this was a good reason. And I'll, consider not barging into your office nearly as often. Deal?
We had a heart-to-heart, 4 eyes. Don't push your luck.
I figured you want to go for that. Sure, I'll knock at least once before coming in. It at least gives you some warning and a chance to pull your pants up. You know, ignore me now and ignore me when you see me in the bushes or the windows or inevitably peering over your bed.
You just enjoy pushing it, don't you?
Okay, I'll stop with the jokes. But it did help a little, huh? Yes, Hanji is amazing. We all know this. Now go away. I have things to study.
Goodbye, Hanji.
How do I tell them?